Ladies and gentlemen, we'd like to welcome you to the Coach and Benny Infomercial Podcast. Infomercial Podcast. I like the sound of that. What you think, Coach?
It definitely has some nostalgia.
It definitely has some nostalgia, right? Also, I think it's a little bit innovative. I know a lot of people want to know what do we mean by infomercial via podcast.
Right. So coining infomercial and podcast speaks to modern usage. I think my mic is going in and out. Hello, testing. Sorry about that. So coining infomercial podcast speaks to modern day streaming. Infomercials of the past were commercials that came on at night. Usually it was long, drawn out demonstrations and presentations of product and things like that. And it was a little longer than your regular commercial. It was considered an infomercial, more information and demonstration, just a commercial or a jingle. So in the age of podcasting, people are into documentaries, educational entertainment, and sometimes you may hear the phrase edutainment. So combining the idea of infomercial and the podcast, it's letting you know that we're streaming. This is the future. This is definitely a podcast. But at the same time, what do you expect in this podcast? It's product driven.
Wow.
And
Yes, it's product driven, but also it is designed to engage with different businesses,
right.
so to speak, whereas though they might have products or services that they're offering that our team, Coach and Benny, come in, we engage with them and promote either their service or we promote their products using their business, if they have one, as the backdrop, and we do like a infomercial via podcast. So we discuss using the framework of our philosophy here, which is the 10 Stack Commandments, the blueprint of Benjamin B. Banks. And like I said, Coach will let you know a little bit about that. So Coach and Benny is a character or characters that work with manuals. It's like so to speak. So it would be fun to deal in the business world along with the business owners and show them what we can do via this podcast.
So just elaborating on what he's saying. Coach is our alter egos, our inner geniuses. So we're developing content around our geniuses on our independent times. We're using our experiences, our knowledge to share some of our wealth to help develop a marketplace, a wholesome marketplace. And these businesses that we choose to promote, that we choose to elaborate on, businesses speak to the 10 Stack Commandment philosophy written by our brother Nafis, inspired by his inner genius. Infomercial is us creating the business culture, the marketplace for like minds, like businesses speak to the business. Our way of promoting these businesses, our way of promoting this product is by elaborating on the book in the backdrop, by wearing the merch, or by actually interviewing.
I just think that podcasting is leading the leading stream, especially in today's age. We know that they say we live in the informational age, but I think that there are a lot of people out there who have that entrepreneurial spirit, and who's even the working man, so to speak, that has something to offer that they would like to reach a more broad audience to get the necessary attention they need. And I think that with Coach and Benny, we're going to come in and curate that for them. We're going to make sure that we can tap into those different audiences that their products or services needs those certain eyes on. And that's what you're going to expect from this particular podcast. So yeah, we're going to have our moments here, and we're going to be utilizing the 10 Stack Commandments and seeing how they embody with different business we engage in. But don't be shocked if we color outside of the lines a little bit, because we will be coloring outside of the lines a little bit. We just wouldn't be just so stuck onto that. What you think about that, Coach?
Right, you're right on point with that. And I just want to, guys, be patient with my microphone. My microphone is going in. So hopefully he can try to get that together speaking, but I'm just going to speak freely, I have to say. So yeah, we're going to be coloring outside the lines. That's this whole idea is about. It's disruptive marketing. It's taking out of your norm, introducing something that you were expecting. But notice right here, in today's times, a lot of the entrepreneurs that we are fans of, that we are enthusiastic about, that we want to promote, they're tied up into their business in a way where they're not able to promote themselves and articulate and educate about themselves because they're so into the process of the business. I go through that all of the time. I come from sales. Sales is my background. You get to the point where you start developing your own product. And then once you start developing your own product, you don't have to sell anymore. So somebody has to concentrate on sales. Somebody has to concentrate on educating. And if we have if brother here and myself, we have a natural knack for articulating ourselves. We have a knack for community. We're enthusiastic about new ideas, inventions, and we want to share that based off of the principles 10 Stack Commandment. So that's how we're going to aid the marketplace. And us aiding the marketplace is going to create a marketplace. Everything that we show you, everything that we educate you on, everything that we promote or represent will be available via our platform, or we will be able to directly direct you to entity that we're enthusiastic about, because this show is about enthusiasm.
Yes. Also, on top of just enthusiasm, motivate you, just to piggyback off what you said, Coach, I'm going to quote, if you mind, a passage here from Benny Banks, Benjamin B. Banks. He says, until you begin to see your ideas as currency, you will always be poor. So just to back off that, we do have a knack for wanting to capitalize off our ideas, so to speak. And there are many business owners, there are many people out there who have inventors and so forth, who have a lot of good ideas that they actually materialized and it came into fruition. We like to go and help them push and promote their services or their products, which were based off an idea. So like he's saying, we're going to have that available on our platform. Anyone that we engage with, we'll make sure that you'll be able to even plug in with them, be able to purchase their services or purchase their products. These are the things that we hope that you guys can be able to tap in from that. Just to mention here, I got a gift here that I wanted to give Coach here. Since the Benny Banks project has been underway for me, I wanted to say, that I have begun to embark on different ventures myself and got into the printing world, so to speak. And there are many other things that I got my hands engaged in as well when it comes to, just trying to materialize our ideas and stuff. And I was able to at least tap into that a little bit. And I've been inspired by Coach for years. Coach has been in the business, merchandise business, even when they had the hanger. He was in the repurpose business, retro, going back, finding lost things, the search and rescue, that whole field.
He's been there much through my whole journey.
Exactly. And
supportive directly and indirectly. And I truly appreciate him.
And he had that flight school instructor manual, which, stay tuned, that will be coming soon. Where
flight school manual coming soon.
His flight school, that was his inner genius, and he tapped into that very early. I didn't tap into my inner genius with Benny Banks until a little bit, I don't know, a couple of years after. But I was always inspired by the movement. And hopefully now I'm able to say, I got a small print shop. And due to that was based off of a lot of the things that I know that I see here, my co-host, my companion, my friend, my brother in faith and so on, allow me to see. He inspired me a lot. You know what I mean?
Appreciate that, man. That's humbling. That's humble.
Yeah.
I ain't gonna put you on the spot, but
please don't.
I'm sure people that are watching this are and how much you inspired us community. So I'm just happy to be here. And the reason why I'm here doing this is because of this book. I believe that everybody has an inner genius. I believe that everybody is genius, and tapping into that takes encouragement. Tapping into that takes, support, moral support, financial support. And a lot of times we despair because we may lack in one thing or another, and then we allow our inner genius to get away from us. And Nafis would not let me get my inner genius away from me. This is why Coach is standing in front of you, attempting to share his experience, because I want to share something with you. This space is deep to me, and I'm opening up to you a little bit right now. This is unreal. This is the scribbling outside the lines part. I've been looking at how we receive our information as youth culture. And I'm like, we get it from music, we get it from blogs, we get it from comedians, we get it from actors, we get it from advertisement, things like this. And look at those outlets, the only one that really speaks to our youth culture is the hip hop genre, that marketplace. And there's really a one voice. There's really a singular voice there, where you're not really getting diversified. You're not really broadening your horizons or your scope. And I believe that the podcast arena was a way to build up personalities that the youth can identify with that may not necessarily have the dancing talent or rhyming talent, which always gets pushed to the front. So this opportunity to be able to share our experience, to be able to share our mistakes, to be able to talk about what we see the future shaping out to be, what we learned from the past, I think that's invaluable. And a lot of times people despair in sharing these things because they say, oh, nobody wants to hear about you talk about no money. People don't want to hear about you talk about any kind of opportunities if you yourself don't have a bag, or if you're not giving the bag out, or if you're not known for this or that and the third. Who wants to listen to you?
But what drives the world? Economics drives the world. So it's not a secret why financial literacy aren't taught in schools. That's not a secret. And so for those with the rhyming talent, the dancing talent, they do all of those different things so they can get the bag. They can secure the bag. This is what they do it for. So it's an economical purpose behind it. I believe what Coach is saying, and Coach and Benny, what we're trying to do is we can relate to the youth on a level where as though, hey, that financial literacy that you were missing when you were in school, the financial literacy that you may or may not touch on when you in the streets, we can probably offer that to you, give you a little bit with our spin on it, our commentary on it,
our
on
insight.
how it actually works. You know what I mean? Success,
that we went through.
Success isn't just the fact that you have this large amount of money, right? I believe that any idea that you execute, whether what level you reach with it, if you were successful in the execution of that idea, then that was success. The measurement of success is a little different than that. And that's why I think we get caught up with. We measure people's success based on what they might have accumulated, what they might have gained. But if you really think about it, if they had an idea, they executed the idea, and they was able to do it, even on a small level, that was a success. You know what I mean? Now, to make it work for them and to increase the measurement of that success, I think they have to do more things, more of the same thing they were doing, learn how to problem solve the different things they come across. How do I reach a broader audience and so forth. All of these things have to come. So I just think that finance is crucial. Financial literacy is crucial. and it should be more popular than hip hop, or it should be pushed and driven within hip hop as well to push that that narrative about finance. And it is a little bit, because if you see a lot of the entertainers, I know for them that a lot of them got their hands in the business.
Well, you know what it is? They treat financial literacy like it's a secret. Like you have to have a certain status, or you have to have a certain game, or you have to do a certain thing to be in the financial conversation. When, like he said, economics runs our world. So having a financial literacy, the word literacy shows you that finance is rudimentary.
Okay.
Because we're learning literacy in elementary school. So financial literacy should be just that much of an early learning educational process. But we push it back till after we need to get out of financial crisis.
Yeah.
Now we want to learn about finance. So you don't have to be a bean counter or an accountant or a big time lawyer, a big shot, mogul to have wise decisions when it comes to how you spend, how you earn, and how you invest. And that takes encouragement. That takes a discipline. And a lot of times the discipline comes from your peers. Discipline comes from what you take in every day. Discipline comes from what you're reading, what you want for yourself,
what you feed yourself, so to speak. And reading is fundamental too. So just like he's saying is rudimentary as far as literacy, is also fundamental in terms of reading. So if you want to get ahead in this world, you have to be a reader. You know what I mean? Great thinkers are great readers. And this is one of the things, the key components. Like this is not big and meaty, like I said, like a Think or Grow Rich, Napoleon Hill. This is none of that on those type of terms. And it's not fancy. Don't got real big intellectual words or things like that. But guess what it does have? It has a simple formula that has been inspired to let us know that, listen, there are things that we all have inside of us. As they say, each person got a book or two in them, right?
Two in them. Everybody has a book or two in them.
And so this concept of not thinking that, this concept of the youth not really being geared towards or pushed towards maintaining financially.
Well, no, they're getting geared towards it. If you listen to the content in a lot of our music, they're teaching them how to flip things, weigh things,
right?
Things, market things,
right?
But it's so rooted in negativity that it's hard to see the trees from the forest. These principles that this guy is talking about, whipping in the kitchen, standing on this block, a lot of those same principles and those same strategies and those same things that you need to do on that side, you got to do it over here with a clothing business, with a music business, with an art business, with a food business, or real estate. So it's just that we're being bombarded with, this is the only thing to do.
Or this is the only options we have.
Either sling, crack, rock, or get a wicked jump shot. No, that's a misconception. Right. There's way more things to do than that. So
and it's crazy,
we want to be here to encourage that and to expose that to our community.
Because in the informational age we in, that's why we see a lot of people become successful financially now more than they were in the industrial age.
Right.
Whereas though you have to go work for a factory or company or something like that.
Well, we have tools now and opportunities now that they weren't there 20 years ago, weren't there 10 years ago. So they could have been an excuse for some that, I don't have any other option. Right. And I still don't agree with that. But today, more than anything, we have a direct connect to our market. We have a direct connect to our sourcing. We just have to have a direct connect to our inner genius. That's what we're here to expose.
Yeah, but not only that, if you think about what you just said, in the informational age, you can blow up just something simple as like we're doing right now with podcasting. You can get paid for your streaming. Do you understand? If you can learn how to market yourself, if you can learn how to do certain things, key things that you need to do to put yourself ahead, you can do that. And that's
so now you want to tell me we can get paid.
But what I'm saying is that's how the informational age works. It's right. What you know.
But I heard that we're not even in the informational age no more. We're in the surveillance age. The information age is getting behind us.
Surveillance is based upon intelligence, even if you use technology. So you still have to have a level of intelligence even with technology. So pretty much it's still informational age. We have not escaped yet informational age. We're still into that because what you know gives you power. Do you understand? Just like who you know gets you networking. You know what I'm saying? It ain't much as what you know, as who you know when we talking about networking. But it's more when it comes to power. It's about what you know in terms of where you can get at. And that's
what you know, who you know gets you in the door. What you know keeps you in the door.
There you go. You couldn't say it better. Thank you, coach. Thank you, coach. You know what I'm saying? And that's how it normally works. So like I said, we're going to love going to different places and different businesses. There are going to be some no's, and this is what I want to tell you guys. We have a milestone to go to 100 stores, 100 different business owners to meet.
Yeah, not just stores, 100 different businesses to meet and greet and to bring exposure, worldwide exposure to.
I am expecting, and I want you to expect this, and I want the youth to expect this. Every no isn't a no, but there will be no's, and there may be more no's than there are yes. It's just how you have to learn how to tackle and turn that no into a yes. And that's where one of the commandments in the philosophy is that everyone is a potential customer. The person who's saying no to you today is really not saying no to you. You understand? Their no is not no. You still have to find a way to win them over. Do you understand what I'm saying? So
yes.
It's the same. So we might go to 100 different businesses. It might not even be stores, it might not be brick and mortar, but we might meet different business owners. You think out of them 100 chances we're not going to come across rejections? No, I don't trust you guys. I don't think you guys can do it. Y'all not qualified.
Don't even put that in the universe. Everybody's going to receive us. Come with glad tidings.
Well, listen, that's the
come with good news.
That's the mindset to have, and that's the mindset that we have. That's the winning attitude. But still, you're going to reach roadblocks. And I want that to be solidified.
You got to get thick skin out here.
You have to have thick skin.
And I was telling him that, like, yo, you can't worry about what people say too much. You got to be aware of what they're saying. But it can't bother you. It can't worry you to the point where it makes you, it gives you an inability to perform. So that's our encouragement for today.
Yes.
This is an intro to let you know what we plan on doing. Stay tuned. You'll get a lot of self-help tools. You'll get some examples. You'll get exposure.
You get exposed to different products, different services that can benefit you, that you will like. Cool stuff. You're going to get to see different backgrounds, different things. We're going to explore. I want you to travel with our guys. Go on this journey with Coach and Benny and see what you might come up with. You know what I mean? So thank you for tuning in, like I said, and to the next episode, to the next deposit, to the next business, and to the next Cedric, et cetera, et cetera.
The saga continues.
Exactly. There you go.